Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Dockside at the Bay. I am Vinnie, along with Kim, as always, and we are here to talk all about the Emmy Award-winning web series, The Bay. How are you today, Kim?
Doing better. Yesterday I was a little bit under the weather, but glad today that feeling a little bit better, so we can chat about this episode because
Awesome.
a lot going on.
Yes,
and we can chat about March Madness
absolutely.
a little bit too, which was launched last night, and I was
yes,
I could weigh in.
Yes, you are exactly right, and I see that you are wearing green. So happy St. Patrick's Day to you.
Of course, gotta represent St. Patty's Day. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Got to see the Chicago River get dyed green too, so that's always always perfect.
Is that something they do every year?
Yes. Okay. And I always wonder how the fish react. I mean, their whole world must get turned on its absolute little head. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool getting down there and just seeing, the whole process of it. And it St. Patrick's Day in Chicago. It's an interesting time.
And you know what? It's actually 2 drinking holidays in a row, because yesterday, being Monday, as we're recording, was 3/16. So it was officially Austin 3/16 Day, Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, if you will. And for those of you that celebrate, yes, 2 drinking days in a row, and then St. Patrick's Day the next day. It's the luck of the Irish all over the place. But you did bring it up, so I do want to go ahead and let everybody know today, being Thursday the 19th of March, means that our Soap Stars March Madness first round is already active. That is the General Hospital and Days brackets. I will go ahead and put up the full brackets for you. Hopefully you are following our X account, which is at Suds Media, and you downloaded your brackets and you're keeping track and you're voting as we go along. Hopefully you filled out the brackets and sent them over, Vinnie at suds-media.com, for your chance to win a Suds and Squirtle Media t-shirt if you did your bracket predictions correctly. I will go ahead, and that was such a spur of the moment thing as I was announcing the brackets last night, that next year I will probably go ahead and do editable website, whether it's a Google Doc or something, so that it could be done a lot quicker than printing, scanning, emailing, or whatever. So I'll be a little bit more prepared for it next year. But either way, folks, we have actual fun. We will go over the complete brackets for you. Like I said, we kept the Bay out of it this year because this show is basically right now, it's a Bay rewatch, because we're only on season 8 and the Bay is currently on season 10. So, we've got another 6 months or so before we actually get to the current season, and we have to wait for that to go on demand anyway. So we're going to try to stretch this out as much as possible.
Yeah. And going in even now into season 8, I mean, we're in episodes that I have yet to have the pleasure of seeing. So It's fun for me because up until now I've really been in a rewatch sort of mode with the Bay, but now I get a chance to watch some episodes that I haven't had the chance and the opportunity to see yet, which is great. I get to live in that, fun, suspenseful moment. So
it's great because you and I will be witnessing these episodes for the first time together. So it worked out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the completed first round brackets are here. They are up on our X account, and the first rounds for Days and General Hospital are actually already up and running. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and just take down our little bug there. So you can see the full brackets up as we speak. And now I'm going to go ahead and break it down. The two brackets on the left are General Hospital and Days of Our Lives. The ones on the right are the full CBS lineup, because Bold and Beautiful and Y&R and Beyond the Gates, actually, they all share the same universe. So they're all together. What we did was we took it, we took the brackets and seeded everybody based on episode counts. So this way, just like with the NCAA, you play and you earn your spot. Instead of doing it random this year, we decided to go based on episode counts, and we did that. So the funny part is because Y&R kind of has more people playing different roles, or not different roles, but the more roles represented on the show, the top 4 seeds in the Y&R bracket are actually Bold and the Beautiful characters, because of the Bold episode counts are so high because they have a smaller cast than everybody. So it is what it is. But so we did do 16 seeds from GH, 16 seeds from Days of Our Lives. We did 12 seeds from Y&R, 12 seeds from Beyond the Gates, and then 8 seeds split into 4 and 4 for Bold and the Beautiful. So with that said, without further ado, let's go ahead and show you the actual brackets. So for General Hospital, and you know what? That's so small. I can actually tell you right here because I could actually read it. So number 1 seed in General Hospital is taking on the number 16 seed. So Drew Kane is taking on Jocelyn Jax. I see Jocelyn possibly. The 2 of the more hated characters in General Hospital are in the first round. Number 8 seed Dante Falconeri takes on the number 9 seed Alexis Davis. The number 5 seed Lulu Spencer takes on the number 12 seed Anna Devane. The number 4 seed, Sonny Corinthos, takes on the number 13 seed, Tracy Quartermain. I could possibly see an upset in that match, having Tracy go over Sonny. Possibility. The number 6 seed, Brooklyn Quartermain, takes on the number 11 seed, Curtis Ashford. The number 3 seed, Jason Morgan, takes on the number 14 seed, Gio Palmieri. The number 17, Willow Kane, takes on the number 10 seed, Portia Robinson. And the number 2 seed, Carly Spencer, takes on the number 15 seed, Nina Reeves, her former rival. In the days bracket, number 1 seed, EJ Tamara, takes on the number 16 seed, Kayla Johnson.
Ooh, I'm sensing a Kayla victory here. I mean, I know he's got his fans, but I am manifesting that Kayla makes it into the next round.
All right, so let's hope that's make sure to go out and go vote because GH and Days are active today, as Beyond the Gates and Y&R are active tomorrow, starting tomorrow, and they're all 2-day polls. So the Days and GH will be Thursday, Friday, with the winner on Saturday, and the second round starts Saturday and Sunday, and then the Y&R and Beyond the Gates are 2 days starting Friday and Saturday, and then the second round starts on Sunday and Monday, and then next week, and so on and so forth. So so that's how it's going to break down. So yeah, EJ and Kayla in the first round, 1 seed and 16 seed. The number 8 seed, Gabby Demera, takes on the number 9 seed, Stephanie Johnson.
That's an interesting matchup. That'll be interesting.
It will be. It will be. The number 5 seed, Xander Cook, takes on the 12 seed, Tate Black. I feel an easy victory for Xander in that one.
Same here.
The number 4 seed, Marlena Black, takes on the number 13 seed, Leo Stark.
Ooh, interesting. I think Marlena's got it, but you never know. Leo's got his fans too.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And Marlena's alter ego was friends with Leo, wasn't she? Like her alter ego.
Yeah, Hattie, I believe was her. Yeah. Yeah, I think that they bonded, but I know that I know that Leo, or the actor who plays Leo, and Deidre Hall are besties in real life though too. So I think there are a lot of scenes together, which I think is really cute.
The one thing I hope is that most of these actors are actually on X, that I could tag them.
Yeah.
Let's see. The number 6 seed, Belle Black, takes on the 11 seed, Chad Demera. The number 3 seed, Brady Black, takes on the number 14 seed, Kat.
Interesting.
I think that's going to be a very that's going to be a slobber knocker in terms of a squash match.
Yeah.
win that, no problem.
Brady is, they're trying to kind of mold him into, John Black's. I mean, yes, obviously he's John Black's son, but they're really trying to like have him step up in the detective world right now and being a good guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's not as much of a kind of, I don't know. Brady, I think, was a little bit. They're trying to make him into more of a hero, lovable hero now versus kind
Okay.
of the screw up. So, but we'll see. We'll see how this shakes out. I know Kat is, Kat. They've been trying to do a lot of different things with her, and now they got her all up wrapped up in ISA stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right. Number 7 seed Sarah Horton takes on the number 10 seed Chanel Tamara.
I'm pulling for Chanel here, but it breaks my heart that we're seeing, her as well as John. There's a kind of an exodus that's going to be happening.
Yeah, a lot of the younger characters too.
Yeah,
which they want to build those younger characters up and keep them.
I don't really, especially when you've got. I mean, I think Johnny and Chanel. I've always liked their chemistry. The actors are lovely. I was really surprised to see that they were, kind of, parting ways and that they weren't going to be on, because they definitely were doing a good job of kind of bringing up that younger sort of.
Yeah.
But, here I don't know. In this grouping, I'll be pulling for Chanel. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Even Angela said Sara is she's the Robin Scorpio Drake of Days of Our Lives. Holier than thou, shit don't stink, hypocrite.
Recent scenes I've seen with her and Xander are kind of breaking my heart a little bit, because it's like the chemistry between those two is so. I enjoy that couple, but not when Sara is just lecturing him. It's like, yep. I get it, good girl, bad boy, but come on, you gotta, this guy, he's got a checkered past, like, don't,
to say the least.
Yeah. And then we've got, who is it for the last set there? It's Johnny versus Alex. I have to say I'd be pulling for Johnny. I'm not an Alex fan. I don't know. I haven't really warmed up to the guy or the pairing with him and Stephanie.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And then, we move on to number 2 seed Johnny Tamara takes on the number 15 seed Alex Kyriakis. And you said you're not a huge fan of him and Stephanie. Why is that?
Well, I don't know. From the get-go, they had a certain chemistry at the start, but I wasn't really fond of, I don't know, I wasn't really fond of them from the beginning. I kind of warmed up to him here and there, and then they kind of were putting Stephanie in a bunch of other different, angles with different other, I feel like she just has chemistry with other, for instance, Jeremy, who's on currently. I mean, Granted, they brought him back, and he's got, the character of Jeremy had kind of an abusive, weird, screwed up relationship with Stephanie many moons ago, but they brought the character back. And personally, I see more chemistry between her and this Jeremy, even though he's kind of like a villain-ish character, more than I've ever seen for an Alex.
Jeremy Wes Ramsey? Is that the guy that Wes Ramsey's playing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I believe so. But I know that in the scenes I've seen kind of recently, because I did go in and watch some of the current Stephanie kidnapping arc, and Jeremy kind of got involved in that. And I don't know, just those scenes, I was seeing a lot of spark between them. And personally, I don't really see it with her and Alex, but that's just me.
Who's the stalker that's kind of stalking?
It's a guy named Owen, who I guess...
That's Wes Ramsey.
Back in the day. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, forgive me. Sorry about that.
He was playing Peter August on GH, and
I haven't been the best Days fan lately. I've been a little bit fair weather, and when it comes to the comings and goings lately, I've been a little bit removed from it. But I will say that the character of Owen, I want to say, he's like, they were tying in some history because he was a stalker who I think put Stephanie into a coffin.
Oh,
tried to back in like 2000, mid 2000, something like that. Yeah, so definitely a bad guy. Definitely not a creepy stalker guy. But Jeremy, I don't know. Alex and Stephanie doesn't really do it for me. But personally, I'd rather see Sierra come back and have him play Ben again if we're going to have Robert Scott Wilson on the show. Yeah. I mean, bring back that sort of relationship and kind of ease out of the Alex thing. Plus, there's also the fact too, and this can kind of come back to the Bay a little bit, just because with the family trees and everything like that being a little murky and being a little all
we'll
over
get
the
there.
place. I mean, we have Stephanie and Alex that technically, I mean, Adrian raised Alex, and Adrian is Stephanie's aunt by blood. I mean, I know that Alex was adopted, but still, it's kind of weird.
All right. So moving on to the YNR/half B&B bracket. Number 1 seed Ridge Forrester takes on the number 16 seed Sally Spectra. The number 8 seed Kyle Abbott takes on the number 9 seed his father Jack Abbott, who we know that Peter Bergman is a legend. The number 5 seed Victor Newman takes on the number 12 seed Sharon Newman, who I found out is not only his ex-daughter-in-law, but is also his ex-wife. So that's again, soap opera trope. Number 4 seed Taylor Hayes takes on the number 13 seed Audra Charles. The number 6 seed Phyllis Summers takes on the 11 seed Claire Abbott. The number 3 seed John Finnegan takes on the number 14 seed Diane Jenkins Abbott. The number 7 seed Nick Newman takes on the number 10 seed Billy Abbott. And the number 2 seed Luna Nozawa, who is actually dead, takes on the number 15 seed Nikki Newman. So that's going to be a good bracket. These brackets start tomorrow for the first round. And then moving on to Beyond the Gates with partial of Bold and Beautiful. We have the number 1 seed Steffi Finnegan taking on the number 16 seed Martin Richardson. The number 8 seed Will Spencer takes on the number 9 seed Jacob Hawthorne. Number 5 seed Hope Logan Spencer takes on the number 12 seed Andre Richardson. The number 4 seed Nicole Dupree Richardson takes on her arch rival, the number 13 seed Leslie Dana Thomas. That's going to be fun. Wonder how that's going to go, because what's funny is in the first round it's got 2 grudge matches with that one. Then we'll get to the other one momentarily. Number 6 seed Bill Hamilton takes on the number 11 seed Naomi Hamilton Hawthorne, his daughter. The number 3 seed Brooke Logan Forrester taking on the number 14 seed Anita Dupree. The number 7 seed Catherine Richardson takes on the number 10 seed Eva Thomas. So we have mother-daughter. We have the mothers facing off in the first round and the daughters facing off in the first round.
Interesting matchup. That's wow. If I had to, all right, my vote goes to, I got to go with the Dupree women here, and I got to go with Kat, and I got to go with Nicole.
You know what? I got to go complete opposite. I got to go with Leslie, and I have to go with Ava. I think they're more interesting.
I don't know. I'm Team Kat, personally. I think that Kat has gotten kind of, a little bit of hate from a lot of sides, and I feel like, I don't know. I'm Team Kat. And then Leslie, as much as I appreciated her jumping on, like her origins and her coming in hot and being the villain, I was there for that. But I feel like now, I don't know, she's kind of not overstayed her welcome. But I want to say that I kind of wish that she just kind of be that villain that just kind of pops in and causes chaos for a while and then kind of steps back into the shadows for a little bit. And instead, they've kind of done a little bit of a reverse, and they've really, focused her, character and given her a real. She's in a lot of places, and really? I don't know. At the end of the day, I still Daphne Duplay. I'm blanking on her name, but
Daphne Duplay.
I love her, and I don't know. I'm going with Nicole. Got to go with Nicole. Show some support.
All right. And then last but not least, the number 2 seed, Danny Duplay Hawthorne, taking on her father.
See, now this is tough for me because I love them both equally. I don't know who to choose. I love them both equally. Danny's my girl, but Vernon is just, he is a gem of just a patriarch. Oh, that's a tough, that's difficult.
Yeah, that's
I
going
don't
to
know.
be
Do
very
you have
difficult.
a fave in that matchup?
I'm probably gonna end up going with Danny.
Yeah.
That I
Danny
think,
is my girl, you know.
yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Danny.
But Vernon, oh, especially his scenes with Anita and the whole arc that they have currently going, which I admit I've been kind of a bad Beyond the Gates fan as well as of late, but I have had a chance to see some of the scenes. Oh my goodness, they are bringing it with that arc and that story. And Vernon, oh goodness, yeah, that's a tough call. That's a tough call.
Yes. I'm sorry, my dog is hacking up a lung over here. No,
Oh,
he's good, but he does want to get out of the room.
poor baby.
All right, so those are, and then yeah, so those are the brackets. Those these start tomorrow, the 20th of March. Give me 1 second here. All right, thank you for that brief break, which you probably only heard was a second. But anyways, we're back. We're going to be talking about the Bay now. Season 8, episode 1. We are at season 8, and let me tell you something. There were a couple of shockers in there.
Oh, definitely, definitely so.
I mean, right off the bat, we found out that Tamara was talking to Adam.
Ninja Tam. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, just she is in full on ninja slash undercover slash I'm going to just do stuff in my kind of very very on the sly, very unexpected. That threw me. That definitely kind of threw me. Seeing her just in that space from the get go at the start of the episode.
Yeah, we're going to have to see that and see how. We're going to have to go ahead and see how that plays out because she got kidnapped by Adam.
Yes.
So how did she get on his bad
Stockholm
side?
syndrome? Maybe.
What?
Stockholm syndrome, maybe?
I don't know. Well, no, because this was prior to them getting taken.
Yeah.
So remember, this was during the time where she was breaking into John Blackwell's place to get that footage for Steve. So we're going to learn some of the backstory now.
Yeah. No, that's true. No, and she would have accepted if there was a Stockholm thing that was in place, then that would have been obviously, following. So, okay. Forgive me with that. I was just seeing that kind of setup there was just very, it threw me. I did not realize that they were gonna go that way.
Yeah,
that way.
We're gonna have to see what led now to Adam kidnapping Tamara, considering she was his. I mean, she got information from him. Although it did see that she was kind of the go-between between Logan and Adam.
Yes.
Because she had mentioned that Logan is working for Steve.
It's not like entirely I mean, she's always been just like trying to protect herself at all costs, no matter what.
And I don't know necessarily protect herself, but I
just
think
kind of in the moment doing what she feels like she has to do in order to like either save face or make sure that her secrets don't get out or make sure that, I mean, at the end of the day, she's like it's self-preservation by whatever means necessary with her. So you got to, it's not, she's just kind of doing what she has to do in order to get through and survive. And if that means kind of cozying up to, or, doing what she thinks has to get done, it's not out of the possibility for her, but it did throw me for a loop seeing it.
No, you're absolutely right. I agree with you. It's definitely something that was unexpected and now brings more questions into this season as to why Adam kidnapped her and why maybe that was just something Logan wanted to do on his own.
Could be.
But I don't. Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, for Logan being such like a kind of a goon henchman sort of, I mean, they've definitely given him a lot of just they keep on kind of exploring this character, fleshing him out in kind of weird ways between this and his relationship with Silver and everything like that. So it's interesting to see, now with this Tamara angle too, just where exactly they're planning on going with this. And you think he's kind of like a doofus, but he's not. He's like, he is, but he's also got other loyalties and other things going on. He's more complex than just your average run of the mill, hired hand goon guy that just kind of, he's surpassing expectation a little bit. And I'm very
and not to mention the fact that he was working for both Steve and Adam at the same time.
Exactly.
And Adam was like trying to say something that, get rid of Steve or tell Steve not to worry, or like there's got to be something there.
Definitely. An alliance, something between the two big bad guys of Bay City. Something's amiss, something's afoot. And it's definitely an interesting way to kind of kick out season 8 or kick it off.
Absolutely right.
For sure. Just kind of setting the tone as to, hey guys, wake up, pay attention, because we got some weird, crazy twists going on right from the jump.
Exactly. All right. So moving on, then we get to, the opening credits, and then we get into seeing father, mother, and baby in the hospital.
Lovely.
Yeah, we see Vivian with Marlon, and she's finally getting to hold her baby, and then here comes Pete with lunch.
Yes, and blonde hair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had blonde tips in season 7.
Yeah, but I don't know. It felt a little bit more pronounced when I saw him at the start of season 8, which, But he came in with some. When they were sharing the Peruvian food.
Yes.
And we got a little explanation into Peruvian food, which sounded very good. But yeah, just some nice little sweet scenes between the new first family of Bay City.
And then yet another challenge for Vivian with the doctor says, we got your tests back and we're going to need, or your blood work back, and now we're going to have to do more tests.
Yep. They were saying white blood count was up, but you have Avery there, telling Pete, not to worry, trust the doctor, being the, just devoted, all around good girl nurse, just telling him everything's going to be, everything's going to be okay. You just need to trust everybody.
Yep.
Trust the doc and trust what they're doing. And even we got like the little, Marlon, or them saying that the baby will think of his dad as a superhero. Just something, just sweet, nice family moments and nice family scenes. I just felt very grounded and very sweet. I
agree. Yeah.
Nice way to kind of offset all the chaos and crazy that was happening in the previous season when it kicked off and when it started.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And it was really nice to kind of see a little bit of relaxation. I mean, obviously the haunches are up now because of the blood tests from Vivian, but now that's something, and it's something that Pete can't fix. So it's something that he has to kind of sit out.
He can't be superhero for this. So he's going to have to just kind of trust that the doctors are going to do it. But he got proof of, the doctors working some miracles when he had the scenes with Sara. That was a lovely little moment. Got to see, my beautiful mother, and then Sara gets to be with the new grandbaby. Mm-hmm. And all of that, even though the way that they shot those scenes, maybe they just had difficulty like keeping the, we're going to intercut the scene with the baby and then we're going to cut back. And it does look like she's just holding a blanket, but it's, it's what it is.
You got to kind of suspend disbelief a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, come on. I know on soaps now currently, it's rare that you even see like, an actual, newborn, you're lucky if you see the kid when they're like a toddler. So yeah, they did, but still very sweet little moment there, with Sara getting a chance to see him. And, but of course, in, bringing in some drama in the mix of all the sweet, lovely family stuff, she does wants to know immediately about Adam and Puerto Rico and everything that happened, which makes complete sense.
Of course.
Her focus was on Adam prior to her going into the coma and all of that, and trying to figure out exactly. So, just picking up right where she left off, trying to figure out what that whole situation is.
Which again, it's like we say in soap operas, a week is a day is a week, and it's like a full season was literally maybe 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's the one thing that frustrates me about the Bay. And don't get me wrong, I love it. It's just the way it's shot because it's seasonal and
Mm-hmm.
because it's like literally in the time that it's taken in real time, 2 years. Like it's literally been 3 days for the Bay.
This is
You
true.
know what I mean?
Yes.
It's a little frustrating because the end of season 6 to the beginning of season 8, and we know it because of filming schedule and release schedule and everything. It's been at least 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only been 3 days. Like
Yeah.
it's literally January 4th of the of after the New Year's Eve party.
Yeah. And that's kind of why it was maybe that's why it threw us so much having, because at the start when we got kind of the flashback, and with the whole, you know, seeing Tamara in that kind of space. It's kind of funny how, like, maybe it was a way to kind of offset the fact that it's only been like 3 days in Bay City. Like we needed something to kind of push us back to another timeline just to kind of keep us on our toes and keep things.
Yeah.
But yeah, soap and time. Time is an illusion in real life, it feels like half the time, and on soaps it's even worse.
Yeah, exactly. But again, that's one of the beauties of television is that you're able to do it. But it's what the problem, and again, this is new to both of us. Neither one of us have seen anything of
This is
season
true.
or forward. So
Yes.
the biggest problem is going to be if your seasons are so timed close together when it comes to contracts and characters.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if somebody can't re-sign their contract? So let's see how it goes before we pass any judgment. But it's difficult to watch.
That's an interesting kind of wrinkle, and
Yep.
it's just the way that shows shoot and up against, because you have the Bay that kind of shoots in their own kind of sort of way
Yep.
and style. Then you have a show like Days that shoots 8-9 months in advance now. I mean, they're filming Christmas episodes, I think, right now. Like it's just surreal, the different ways that they need to be able to tell these stories just based on constrictions that they get, either from being streaming or being on network, or just filming schedules and film. I mean, they have to adapt in order to tell their stories in certain ways, and sometimes it just comes at a weird cost.
Yep, you're exactly right. All right, and then kind of like the last piece of the puzzle that we really saw in this episode was at the police station. Nardo is questioning, one of the goons' lawyers.
Yes,
one of the guys that was
Mr.
arrested.
Richard Kaufman, I believe is his name.
And we did find out that Dre is Nardo's daughter.
Yes, that's been established now.
Yes.
So, which I appreciate, just like we knew that, but just like them hammering that home, that relationship, bringing up, even Orchid's brother, tying in like that sort, the whole. I appreciate them just like establishing that family tree and that sort of, link together and everything like that. Yeah, those scenes definitely. And I thought that it was an interesting way they capped off, some of the details that were happening with Puerto Rico in those scenes, but we also had this lawyer who comes in, and I couldn't help but noting this lawyer had a very strong sort of presence. For his being as like this, his kind of opening scenes on just something about his attitude and just his way he was carrying himself. There was a certain presence to this guy. It's like it feels like he's just kind of in it for the long haul, and he's got some secrets, and just a seamless way to introduce this character that I feel like they're going to kind of explore. I just get a feeling that they're going to kind of, dig into him a little bit more, just because he came in kind of hot and just with this strong sort of energy. So curious to see where that's going to go.
Yes,
he starts defending his client and saying, "Oh, he wasn't near the wasn't near the shooters, nothing to do with that. And, just his overall attitude. I just feel like there's a lot to tell with this guy so far.
There's definitely going to be. And we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Because
and there's
at
also
the very end, because, well, before we even get to that, Drea comes in because she's a journalist, and she's trying to get some information about what's going on in Puerto Rico. Nardo's like, I don't want you involved.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you nothing.
Yeah.
But he's like, it's a national story. It's the #1 trending story in America. I want in, and I could easily call my uncle Cordero.
Yes.
And get the information.
Playing every card. She wants it. She's a journalist and she wants to get to the bottom of things. And she's like a bulldog with this.
Exactly.
But Nardo's not having it.
And not to mention, it's like I feel like Kaufman is playing hardball with Nardo because he's doing his job. Lawyers are supposed to be assholes, and they're supposed to play hardball. But Nardo's like, we have an eyewitness, a victim of the shooting has identified your client.
Yeah.
And we have the traffic cameras or whatever it was that places.
Yeah, they've got a case, but clearly Kaufman he's not backing down, and he's not challenged by this.
But then Drea happens to hear Kaufman on the phone while she's on the phone, and she's like, I'm going to be home a little later than expected. Because she's going to follow him.
Yeah. There is definitely, it's setting up for a lot.
He's going to get in trouble.
Yeah. But I appreciated just like the way that they just kind of carried that whole, moving, from Puerto Rico into this whole like aftermath arc and everything like that, and just where they're going with it. Definitely
a seamless transition, if you will.
Yes. And we did also have though, and because we did have the story kind of broken down into like or the episode broken down into sections, but we did have at the hospital as well those scenes with Caleb and with Daniel, and that that kind of set a tone of, oh no, what's going to be happening, because it looks as if, and for understandable reasons, Daniel's got some serious PTSD going on.
Yes. And I'm sorry, I got to point out, Eric Nelson has longer hair now than he did while he was on the island.
Yeah.
Grew
his hair grew. Pete's got a little bit blonder. It happened.
I know. Again, that's one of the problems.
The island has magic powers, I suppose, when it comes to men's hair. Just makes them brilliant blondes.
And then Caleb, going to talk to Vivian and, bringing the rose in. And she's like, are those for me? He's like, no, those are for Daniel, but I can give you one.
Yeah. He's like, they had a cute little moment there, and he was like teasing her about her slippers and all of that. But yeah, no, Caleb is, he's trying so hard, but you can tell that he knows his husband. He knows Daniel. He knows that everything is not okay. And you could see it, even him like sitting there on the exam table, and, he's in a place right now, and it's going to get worse before it gets better for our guy. And it's just, no, they're not skimming past what happened to him. They're going to lean into it, and he's going to have to deal with it at some point, him and Caleb. But those scenes, I'm bracing myself here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. All right. That's about the extent of the episode. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Before we go, though, I do want to bring this up. I brought it up on Suds News last night. Remember, folks, this is airing Thursday, the 19th of March. We are recording on St. Patrick's Day, Tuesday the 17th. So last night on Suds News, I brought up something that I've been toying with the idea of, and I've been putting out a couple of posts on X and Facebook. So I want to get your take on it. I'm thinking about doing some due diligence and possibly starting a Kickstarter to start a soap opera streamer service to try to bring back some of the older soap operas, whether it's One Life to Live, All My Children, Passions, Guiding Light, whatever else is out there, and looking into it because there's so much untapped potential, and A, it could be monetized, and B, people want the kind of stuff they want an escape.
There's some appetite for it. Absolutely.
Entertainment Tonight was canceled. Or no, Access Hollywood was
Yes,
canceled after
I saw that.
30 years.
I saw
Um,
that.
and people want the escape from the constant barrage of news and gossip and TMZ and all this other stuff. And you also see a lot of the owners of this footage, whether it's Disney, ABC, or NBC or whatever, putting copyright strikes on YouTube channels that show
Yep.
older stuff. How do
Yep.
you expect newer people to get into the genre if you don't have a place to watch the older stuff? Yes, General
Absolutely.
Hospital has a fast channel, free ad supported, ad supported television. That's I think what it is on ABC. Um, Bold and the Beautiful has actually been putting up some of their archival
They
shows.
have, yeah.
YouTube.
And
Uh,
it's smart business, in my opinion, because I mean, just speaking for myself, when I was an All My Children fan and I found out that my mother was obsessed with a certain super couple from that show,
yep,
she was a huge Tad and Dixie fan, and I wanted to know why because I
yep,
really tipped Tad with this other woman who was coming on as a pretend Dixie, and it was her sister, and I was just like, what makes her so this other character so special? And then
yep.
I found a fan site that happened to host all of these clips that I did not have the privilege of seeing because they aired when I was a toddler. But going in and being able to watch all of these flashbacks, all of these clips, all of these episodes, it made me invest in the show I was currently watching so much more. It just, it drives that because you see, and when soaps do the montages, when they do the flashback episodes, when they bring back like Bo and Hope on days, but then they show all of Bo and Hope's old clips, it makes you want to like you get invested in the characters because you see them in real time and you see their past and you're like, I want to know what made them special. Now I know. Now I'm going to watch them in real time. There's
Yes.
definitely something to be said for that. And I wish that, SoapNet, I swear, if SoapNet still existed, it needs to be brought back in some form, period, because that was a really great place to have. I remember they used to do like All About Erica, All My Children clip episodes and just air old footage. And
Yep.
honestly, fans clamor for that. And
So yeah,
there's definitely an appetite for watching. I mean, there's definitely soaps that they should just put back on, like, ones that, have been off the air for years now that I feel like could, come back in some way, shape, or form. Heck, they
yep,
have Dynasty on Pluto.
yeah. So here's my thought process. I am going to start working on getting in touch because Angela pointed out last night that a lot of what needs to happen is somebody needs to put the money out to digitize a lot of the older stuff and go through the archives and either pay for the rights for certain music, like she was saying with General Hospital, the very first time that Jason and Carly laid eyes on each other at the bar was the song from Melissa Etheridge, "You're the Only," because I'm the only one was
Oh,
played.
oh.
And it turns out that blatant foreshadowing there, whether that was intentional or not. But the fact of the fact of going through the archives and to find the footage. Hopefully, ABC has the entire library of General Hospital going back to the very first episode on April 1st, 1960, or 61, like 60 or 61. But to get that all that footage and bring it up and digitize it to put it up on a streamer. But again, that takes money. So I'm gonna look into something, and I'm gonna actually reach out. Back in 2001, um, Eric Bischoff, who, if you're a wrestling fan, you know the name. Eric Bischoff was the former executive vice president of WCW. He had actually um, put together a package to buy WCW from Turner, Warner Brothers Turner, Broadcasting at the time, AOL Time Warner, that's what it was. He put together the funding with a group called Fusion Media Ventures, who had put together the classic sports network that was eventually sold to ESPN as ESPN Classic. So there are companies out there that are willing to put out money. I am going to start doing my due diligence and possibly start a Kickstarter campaign to start a soaps only streamer. And because I feel the network is there.
I think so.
So
I think so too.
it's
And
going to be a
I'm full
grind.
support, in case I haven't expressed that enough in the past. I'm definitely in full support of this. But yeah,
So
the appetite for it is there for sure. And people want to see this content. They want that escape, and people will be drawn to it.
So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making phone calls, sending emails, sending letters if I have to, trying to find out what I have to do to get a soaps only streamer off the ground. So we'll see. I mean, it's a German idea right now. But if you're interested in helping out and you happen to have some contacts or information, definitely shoot me an email, Vinnie, Vinnie, at suds-media.com. And by the way, folks, that email also, if you are looking to possibly win a Suds and Squared Circle Media t-shirt, you can go ahead and give us your bracket predictions for the 2026 Soap Stars March Madness tournament. And whoever gets the most correct answers, the most correct predictions, will win a Suds and Squared Circle Media t-shirt. And we'll announce it on Suds News after the tournament is over. But folks, I think we're just about out of time after this. We've been talking for a while. We've covered a lot of stuff. Kim, where can everybody find you?
So I'm Misfit8690 on Twitter and a Little Misfit52 on YouTube. Feel free to reach out to me there to chat about soaps and whatever else strikes your fancy.
All right, fantastic. And as always, you can find me on Facebook and Twitter at Vinnie Suds. On Twitter, check out our network account at Suds Media. That's the only place you can vote for the 2026 Soap Stars March Madness tournament games, on our Twitter account at Suds Media. Facebook.com is also has Suds and Squared Circle Media as a page. You can go follow that as well, because we do stream a lot of our content on that page as well. Also, Instagram and Threads at Suds and Squared Circle, TikTok and Twitch at Suds-Media. At Suds_Media, and we are trying to grow both of those accounts and both of those. We're trying to do more on both of those platforms. But as always, check out suds-media.com for all of our content, all of our programming. Hit the like button on this show. Subscribe to the network right there and hit the notifications bell so that you get notified anytime any of our content comes up on suds-media.com. Also, don't forget to send us a super chat, a super thanks, or a super sticker, because if you do, the money goes to help support our network and help us grow and maybe help get a soapy streamer going. But also, you can win a Suds and Squared Circle Media t-shirt. We are doing monthly drawings every month for the year of 2026. We want to give away shirts, so help us out and send us money, support our network. Also, go to our merch shop, merch.suds-media.com. Visit all of our sponsors. Go to our Linktree, which is linktree.suds-media.com. All of our sponsors are there. All of our affiliate partners are there as well, and affiliate links. With everything, suds-media.com. All right, so for Kim, I'm Vinnie. We will see you next week as we sit dockside at the bay. Have a great night, everybody.
Take care, everyone.